like a Friday night on the weekend. I feel blessed.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla. If you're new, I film hygiene, fragrance, and lifestyle related videos. So if that's something you're into, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, today I am going to be doing like a pink eyeshadow look. So I haven't done a pink look in a while, and of course you guys know pink is my favorite color. It's gonna be a very pink video. Like I have my little pink headband, I got my coffee in my cup, like I made me a nice little sugar-free iced coffee, so that's always nice. And then yeah, we're just gonna do our little pink eyeshadow look and pink blush and all that, and just sit here and chit chat, you know, have some girl time. So you guys seem to like my chit chat, get ready with me videos, like the people that do watch them, of course, because my makeup videos, you know, a lot of people don't like them or watch them because you're mostly used to seeing me talk about fragrance, but makeup is something else in my life that I really love, and I have been getting more back into it, and I had a couple of people request more makeup videos, so here I am for, you know, the couple of people that will watch. But yeah, we're just gonna sit here and chit chat, have some girl time, do our makeup. You know, if you want to do your makeup with me, that'll be pretty fun, you know, just something that you can get ready to or clean up to in the background as well. Like I just want it to be a very chill vibe. So let's go ahead and catch up and start doing this makeup. I was thinking about coming on here with my eyebrows already done, but I don't know, that just didn't happen. So, and if I forget to mention anything in this video as far as like the products or something I'm using, I will go back and list everything that I can find down below in the description box, so make sure you guys check that out. But I am going to start out doing my eyebrows, and I'm going to use my Sephora brow pencil in the shade Chocolate Brown. I did use this in my, oh, my mirror is just like blinding me. I did use this in my last makeup video that I did, and I told you guys it was a bit chocolate, but once I really got done with my makeup, and this is what it looks like. Once I really got finished with my makeup, it actually didn't look so bad. So I will be trying a darker color next time, but this is actually not so bad at all. So like I said too, I really did enjoy the formula of this eyebrow pencil. So yeah, as I discussed in my last video, I am trying to clear my skin up because right now I have so many dark marks and scars on my face because for one, I just came off my period, and whenever I come on my period, like my hormones go crazy, so I get a lot of acne. And for two, I don't know how to keep my hands off of my face, so that is also a problem that I have. Like I pick my face so badly, and then it's to the point where it hurts. Like right now I have some acne that kind of hurts, but yeah, I know people are like, well, you shouldn't be putting makeup on your face. I don't keep makeup on my face all day. I just, you know, I'll do something for fun just because I feel like doing it, or I'll have it for a video. But I honestly, especially like if I'm having like a time like this where I really need to nurture and care for my skin, I don't keep it on all day. So I actually picked up yesterday, it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday, I picked up some products to try out. So I picked up the La Roche-Posay, it's like a little 3-step system. So it has a cleanser that has salicylic acid, it also has a clarifying toner, and then it also has the Effaclar Duo as well, which is basically a 2-in-1. It's an acne treatment and a dark spot eraser or corrector, whatever you want to call it. And I have actually tried that before, and it worked wonders. Like if you put that on consistently every day, I've seen like my dark spots start to fade in about 4 days. So I'm just thinking to myself that if I'm using that whole system, that it's gonna work. And then I also bought some different moisturizer that has SPF in it, and it's supposed to be oil absorbing as well. And if you guys know me, you know I have really oily skin, so I went ahead and used that as my moisturizer. And the system that I'm pretty much using is, in the daytime I'm still using my Neutrogena Hydro Boost face wash, and then for my moisturizer, I'm using the different moisturizer, and then at night I'm using the other La Roche-Posay products. So since they have a little bit more like acne fighting power, I just use those at night so I can really get the benefits of everything. So yeah, and then I've been using my Neutrogena Hydro Boost sunscreen on top of the different moisturizer, just so I can give myself a little extra sunscreen protection. Because if you didn't know, if you're a person that suffers from discoloration and dark spots, it gets worse like in the daytime in the sun, because if you don't go ahead and put on some sunscreen, it can make your dark spots darker. So we don't want that. We want to go ahead and get these dark spots out of the way. Yeah, as far as skincare goes, I know someone did mention on my last video Urban Skin RX, which is crazy because I did use their products, because they had actually sent me some products a couple of years ago, and they actually featured me on their Instagram because my face had gotten so clear. If these La Roche-Posay products don't work for me, I will go back to the Urban Skin RX, because those actually do work very, very well. Like, my skin had no blemishes on it at all. But since I was in a rush the other day, I ordered my La Roche-Posay products off of Amazon, and I got them the same day. And if you are impatient like me, the Amazon Prime same day delivery is like a godsend, because you don't have to wait too long to get your stuff. And if you order early enough during the day, you can get it even like before the nighttime hit. Jeff Bezos really did his thing when he made that Amazon Prime same day, baby. So anyways, I'm about to carve out my eyebrows, and this mirror just keeps on blinding me because the sun is actually like still trying to figure out what it's going to do for the day, because it's only about, it's like 10 o'clock at this point. I woke up at 6:30 because I was like, I'm gonna have me a nice productive day. I'm gonna do my videos and get them out of the way. But as always, it took me a very long time to even get out the bed. I took a 30-minute shower today for whatever reason. Like, I just really wanted to do that, and it turned into a whole self-care shower, so we can't be mad at that. But I'm about to carve out my eyebrows with this Whoosh Beauty the Fold Out Face palette. So I think I've only shown this on my channel probably once, or I know I did like an Instagram reel for them a long time ago. But basically, it's a face palette that has everything you need, like if you are on the go. Like, it's very, very convenient. This is like the foundation type of shades, but I kind of use these for concealer. They have a contour, they got eyeshadow, blush, highlight, and also finishing powder. Like, this is a very nice little palette, especially if you want to take this like for travel. It's very, very good. But I'm just gonna take the foundation shade and I'm gonna carve out my eyebrows, because I don't really want a huge like bright under eye today. TV shows. So lately, you know, I get on these binges where I will watch some TV shows, but then I will also like just stick to YouTube as well. And the other day I was binge watching, or over the weekend I was binge watching Swarm, because I had seen so many people talk about Swarm because of the infamous Chloe Bailey scene that was in there. If you know, you know. But I went ahead and watched that show, and I finished it within 2 days. I really could have finished it within 1 day, but y'all, had to stop and take my allergy medicine. I don't even know why I try to play games. Like, I don't need my allergy medicine, but yeah. Anyway, I could have finished that show in 1 day, but it got so freaking weird that I didn't even know if I was able to finish it or not. Like, I was honestly on the fence about finishing it, because to be truthful, I have never seen such an awkward, cringy show in my life. And I won't spoil it for those of you who have not seen it and may want to watch it, but I will just warn you that it is just like, I don't know. I'm a person that I really like, I'm very empathetic. So like, anything that happens, like, I can really pick up on, even if it's a TV show. So it just makes me feel like I'm witnessing something in real time, and it was just so freaking weird. And you guys know, if you know me, you know how much, like, as pink and girly as I am, I still love me a good like horror film or horror shows. You guys know I'm a fall baby, so I love anything that has to do with Halloween or anything like that. So I have seen like the craziest of the crazy. Like, I recently watched that new Evil Dead movie, and it was like, I was so scared to even watch it because the previews were scary. Like, I was skipping through the previews on the like when it came on YouTube. I would skip the previews because it was too scary. So we always go see it, and then I haven't thought about it since. Like, it was just the unknown that was so scary. But Swarm was just like my awkward meter just almost couldn't even take it. Like, I couldn't take it. So I feel like in the future, the actress that played the main character, Dre, her real name is Dominique Fishback, and I've seen her in a few other things. I feel like she is going to start to get like major roles and like accolades after this, because I feel like this was her best performance. Because I mean, the way she embodied being a freaking weirdo was like phenomenal. Like, she really did her thing when it came to acting. Like, I have never seen such. Like, she really sold that role. So yeah. So what I'm gonna carve out the top of my eyebrows with is the Tarte Face Tape Foundation. This is in the shade 53N Deep, but this is actually still too light for me. So I kind of did like a shade match with this, but it's still pretty much too light. So I kind of mix it with my little Physicians Formula shade corrector, which I got from TJ Maxx from a while ago, but I have not been able to find it again. I've actually not looked for it again, so I need to look for it and see if I can find it, because that little shade corrector is like a godsend. Because I had one that was white, and then the one that I have right now, this is the one I have right now. Yeah, as you can see, like, she's on her last leg. But white one was really good for if I had a foundation that was too dark. And then this dark brown one is really good for these foundations that are too light. Because it's really hard to match my shade, especially if I'm not doing it in person. And for some reason, I do have like, the shade of my skin, it's just really hard for me to match. Like, I don't know why, but it's very hard for me to match. I talk about that all the time. Like, even with these companies that have like all these ranges of colors, of different colors, I still find myself trying to mix different colors or fix it up with my bronzer or concealer or something like that. Like, it's just never it for me. It is just, it's so hot. Like, I don't know why I'm sweating so bad today, but it is so hot. I'm so glad I have my little fan, because oh my gosh. Now I'm going to go in with my little L'Oreal Infallible concealer and get my eyes ready for my eyeshadow. So I'm using like this brighter color concealer because, like I said in my last video, this just kind of helps for the eyeshadow to pop. And if you want your eyeshadow to pop, like if you want a bright color, like you have to put something down first, or it's just not gonna do it. It's just not gonna be it. So I just put the concealer on my lids and I spread it out. Try not to mess up my eyebrows. Spread it out. And this is just like the same steps I take anytime that I really want my eyeshadow to pop. What's funny is that I actually used to do my makeup like in the opposite order. I used to do my whole face first and then I would do my eyes last, but that was like years ago when I first started wearing makeup, because I didn't start wearing makeup until like I was like 23 or 24, like one of those. So yeah, because I was one of those girls like, I'm not wearing makeup, I don't need to wear makeup. It's like, yeah, nobody needs to wear makeup, girl, but some people just want to. And once I started like seeing how fun and relaxing makeup was for me, I was all in. I'm just gonna take a little setting powder as always and set my eyelids. And you can also set your eyelids with like translucent powder. It doesn't have to be banana powder. I just really like banana powder. I always have, like ever since I found out about it, I love banana powder. I have to immediately set my eyelids because I am oily and my eyelids really tend to crease a lot. I guess the next thing that I want to talk about here, I kind of started off my chit chat get ready with me. It didn't feel like it was like that long ago, but it really was. Like it was a while back. And I started off talking about like if the hygiene community was toxic. And it's crazy that that was like my most viewed makeup video, because like I said, I don't really get a lot of views on my makeup videos, which is okay because I do these because I want to do them and people like to watch them. So before I start talking about that, the palette that I'm using is the Violet Voss All of You Forever. So this is the palette that I'm first pulling from. I'm going to go in my crease with this shade right here, which is called Infatuated. I had talked about that, and it's just really funny how that was like my most viewed makeup video, but I kind of want to touch on it a little bit again today. And the reason why I want to touch on it a little bit again today is because, you know, sometimes as somebody who makes videos, people tend to get out of pocket in your comments because you chose to make videos. And it's like, just because you are behind the camera, people think that they can like emotionally, my nose is itching so bad, my allergies, I can't wait for this allergy medicine to kick in. But people want to emotionally dump on you like their issues that they're having, and they think because you make videos that it's okay to do that. Or there's people that just think like their opinion is the gospel, which in reality all of us have opinions, but that does not mean that our opinions are facts. And I think people, you know, kind of let the fact that they're not saying it, you know, to a physical person's face, I think they let that be like a little shield. They think that they can unload. And it's not just commenters, like as far as like, you know, people that just watch videos. It's also other people that make videos. And that is one thing that really surprises me. Like when someone else that knows what it's like to have certain comments in their comment section still find the need to type these things and like, you know, kind of be nasty to their fellow creators. And it's like, you of all people should understand that, you know, certain things are hurtful and you shouldn't say certain things. You should understand that your opinion is different from my opinion, and, you know, so on and so forth. I feel like you can always give your opinion about something without bashing somebody else or bringing someone else down, or having like a God complex that you are the top like opinion out here that matters. Like if I don't like something, I try my best to be objective. I try my best to be sensitive to the fact that there are some people that, you know, may like what I don't like, or they may not like what I like. Because I could be talking about something and raving about something. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm overhyping a product. Like, I can still tell you how much I personally love something because I love it. Just because I love it and you don't like it doesn't mean that it's like a bad product. It's just we have a difference of opinions. And a lot of people for some reason don't think that way. Like, I try not to use the word overhype. I try not to use the word hype. I do use it sometimes. I am guilty of using that word, but I just try to be more conscious of that, because just because I don't like something doesn't mean that someone that follows me, you know, may feel the same. Because I try to find things to say, like, you know, just because I feel like this, a person that might like this may still enjoy this product, you know? So there's just certain things like that that I peep at times, because your experience or my experience is not the next person's experience. Just because I might have an issue with a brand or something like that, it doesn't mean that I should, you know, bash the brand and tell other people don't buy from them, because you are free to do whatever you want. And just because, you know, I had this issue doesn't mean you will have the same issue. There's a lot of, you know, I know that we are human, but there's a lot of like emotionally charged comments and reviews at times. Just like, for some reason, every time I do a declutter, that just like brings people out. Like, the declutters bring the people out. Like, it goes from talking about how big my collection is, or talking about how, you know, somebody would never, and things like that. And it's like, I do YouTube videos about, you know, mostly Bath and Body Works and fragrance products and body care and all that. So of course I'm going to have a large collection of things, because I'm referencing back to things, I'm showing different combinations, I'm reviewing products and things like that. And I don't think people understand, like, once you start to review products, you are going to accumulate a lot of products, because this is the main thing that I do on my channel. I do want to branch out and do other things like I am right now, like as far as doing makeup and things like that, but I am going to end up with more product than the average person. Because before I even started doing videos, I only had like about 5 things, like about 5 different scents. I didn't have a whole bunch of fragrances at all. I'm going in with a black shade now, but I didn't have a lot of fragrances at all. So me having all this stuff was new to me, and of course it was like fun. It was fun for me to do, but it can easily get out of control if you let it. So that is why I declutter certain things, because it can get out of control. I like to keep my collection to something that is manageable for me personally, and that may not be manageable for other people, which is okay. That is why we all have our own, you know, different preferences and different, you know, how we want to keep our collection and how large or small we want to keep it. Yeah, it's like it always brings out those types of comments, and it sometimes makes me wonder if I should continue to do those videos. But I know within myself, I'm not wasting money. I'm giving my stuff to people that will actually use it and will appreciate it. So someone's still using it at the end of the day. Like, of course, me having this collection, my friends and family, for one, are very happy to have me in their life, because they know that I'm going to give them some good products. Like, if I'm not using it, I don't want it to just go to waste. I'm not just going to throw it in the trash. I'm going to, you know, give it to people. And if it's an unopened product, sell it, which I rarely do, because if you see on my Mercari, I don't really, you know, I haven't sold a lot of stuff because I don't really sell a lot of stuff. Or I'm gonna donate. Oh, it is what it is. But I just think people don't think about the ramifications of things that they say online and how they might affect other people. It's just pretty much like an internet etiquette. So next up, I'm gonna go in with my Pretty Rich palette from Too Faced. This is a pretty old palette, but I still like it. It still has lots of pretty shades in here, and it's gonna give me what I need to do. So here is what the palette looks like. I love how like the little mirror looks on here. I'm not trying to like blind you guys, but like, yeah, I think this is just such a pretty palette. And I did actually pick this up from Marshall's at some point. I didn't pick it up, you know, retail price, but I picked it up from Marshall's. The shade that I'm going to go in with, and hopefully I don't have to do much to it, this is Princess Cut. So this is like a rose gold, like pinky shade. So I'm gonna put this on my lid. It's so pretty. It's such a pretty shimmery shade. So that's gonna look really nice like when I put my lashes and stuff on. Like, it may not look like much now, but it's gonna look really pretty when I do the final touches on it. I'm gonna do the same thing on this other eye. And my eyeshadow is never like, unless I sit here and meticulously take hours, it's never like extremely neat, because it still all comes together in the end. Like, even though it's not like very precise, it still comes together and looks really nice. Okay, so now we are ready to put on our primer. So since I need to use this up, I'm gonna be using the NYX marshmallow primer. This is the primer I have been rocking with for a while, so this is what I'm going to be using right now. If you guys seen my Sephora haul as well as my last makeup video, I actually picked up some of the Patrick Star primer. I don't even remember what it's called right now, but I picked some of that up and I really like it so far. Like, I've used it a couple times. So I'm gonna go in with more of this foundation, the Tarte Face Tape, on this little flat brush. So in the last get ready, well, not get ready with me, but the last chit chat get ready with me video, I was talking to you guys about how I don't really have time to date people, and you know, because I'm just trying to get my own self together. But I did, for some reason, end up giving this guy my number that I used to talk to a very long time ago. So I told you guys, like, I had decided to start letting him text me. Since I started doing that, we actually went out on a date, guys. So I actually went out on a date for the first time in a very, very long time. I was extremely nervous. I was so scared. I was talking to my friends like, I don't even know how to act anymore. I don't know if I'm weird. I don't know if I'm awkward. I don't know how to act. So yeah, we ended up going to this little taco place to have tacos and drinks. It actually wasn't bad. So we met at the place, which I was very happy about, because if anything goes wrong or if things don't go how they need to go, I want to leave when I want to leave, you know. So I was very happy about being able to be on my own time and leave when I want to leave, just in case things didn't, you know, turn out how they were supposed to. But I didn't really think it was going to be bad, because, you know, we had been communicating every single day up until that point. So I was like, you know, it's a nice public place, and he doesn't, you know, he never seemed like a weirdo. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll give you a chance and we can go somewhere. When I pulled up to the place, of course, you know how it's like, even though I hadn't met him before and I had hung out with him a couple times before, that was a long time ago, and I was like 21 at the time. So a lot of things has changed since then. So you know, when you're meeting up with somebody, you kind of, anyway, get this nervous feeling, and it's like, okay, so we're about to get out the car, we're about to see each other, like, what is gonna happen? So I got out the car and I just kind of awkwardly stood there on my phone, like kind of just waiting, because he asked where I was parked at. And then I seen him walking up towards me, and then he has this bouquet of flowers, and I was like, thank you. So, you know, that was already a good little start to the day. And it's funny because they're tulips, which are one of my mom's favorite flowers. She actually almost named me that. She almost named me Tulip, but I just thought that was really crazy that that was the flower that he chose. And of course it was pink, because it's my favorite color. And I told him that's my favorite color, and he brought me pink flowers. So I was like, you know what, that's a pretty nice little start to the day. So other than that though, like we got to the restaurant and everything, and we had a cool waitress. She was super cool. I feel like everybody could tell we were on a date, because at the end of it, like the manager, because we were still out in the parking lot just like talking, and the manager had came out and talked to us, and she was like I'm so happy that you guys are still here, because we basically stayed there until it was closed. Like it was closed, the employees were sitting at the bar at that point, so it was like maybe we should go outside so these people can go home. But you know, she came over and talked to us, and she was talking about how it was really nice that we had stayed so long, and that means that we had a good time. And then she was like, are you guys like on a date or something? I was like, yeah, like it's this kind of like first date vibes, but we have not seen each other in a very long time, so we are getting to know each other all over again. And you know, she was just really sweet, and she was telling us about how they have brunch and stuff, so I want to go back to that place with my friends also, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, overall it was a pretty cool little experience. He wants to go somewhere else, so I guess, you know, I wasn't that bad. I didn't scare him off, y'all. And I was like, you know, I'm kind of rusty, so I don't know if I'm gonna scare you away, but obviously, you know, buddy wasn't too scared of me. So but I haven't been able to see him again because, like I said, school and all that stuff, which is why I wasn't trying to, you know, start anything with anybody in the first place. But he seems to be very understanding of that fact, so we'll see what happens once again. Like I said, I'm not trying to get married or bear his children at this point, but you know, it's something that's, you know, out of the ordinary for me, other than just chilling at home and doing my YouTube videos, doing school, and going shopping. So, you know, it's nice for somebody else to pull their wallets out, you know, every now and then. A pretty cool time. And if you know me, you know, like, I'm very content with like being by myself, and I have been for a while. It's honestly like a choice at this point, because I know I could have been in a relationship by now, like I really could have, but I just have not wanted to. Like, I just want to make sure I'm straight. I want to make sure the kid is straight before I start worrying about somebody else. But you know, I guess all that right now is pointless to say, since I have giving somebody a chance. But at the same time, I'm still very much focused. Like, I still very much am focused on my goals, and I'm very vocal about that. Like, I don't need anybody knocking me off of my square. So that's just a little life updates, because I know if you were watching that video, you probably were wondering whatever happened with that. So yeah, that's what happened, and so far so good. Even though I have not seen him again, I still have been talking to him every single day. But y'all, speaking of like more TV shows, I hate how TV shows like these days, they'll be off for an entire year. I'm guessing because they just like put the stuff out in real time, like they film it and then put it out. Because like the shows that I'm really into, I hate having to wait for so long for them to come back on. Like for instance, BMF, like that is my show. Like BMF is my show, and I hate that we have to wait so long for it to come back on. Like I love watching them, I love that show so much, and then we gotta wait forever for it to come back. Like, I'm so happy that recently Power has come back on, like with Tariq and all them. And it's like, y'all, if you're like me, if you were like a huge Power fan, I can't believe we're watching something with Tariq on it, because most of us hated his little guts. Like, Tariq was not our favorite at all. But for a lot of us now, it's like, since he's the star of his show, he's like grown on us, which is really crazy, because we were not messing with him. Like, Tariq was not that dude. Like, he was such a disrespectful little boy. And now it's like, Tariq is our guy. Like, because he's like the main character of the show now. So, his show, his power is like my favorite. Besides like the original power, his is my favorite. I will tell you though, what was disappointing was Tommy's power. I didn't even finish it. I didn't even finish watching it. And it's really sad because, you know, with Tommy, I feel like a lot of us had like a lot of high expectations. Oh, and I used the NYX Wonder Stick. So this actually has a contour stick and a highlight stick on the other side of it. So this is what I used. But yeah, I feel like a lot of us had high expectations for Tommy because he was such a powerhouse in the regular power. Like, he was like, you know, when Tommy was coming, it was about to be some trouble. But for some reason on his own season, I guess they were trying to portray more of his personality and give us more of a look like who he is as a person, rather than just like being like the Terminator Tommy that we're used to. You know, we're so used to like when Tommy comes, you already know like it's about to be some drama, it's about to be a problem. But when he got his own show, that like dwindled down. It's like they kind of made him like a wise guy, like, you know, because he's in Chicago, so it's kind of like he was some type of, I don't know, it's like he was always like cracking jokes and stuff. It just wasn't giving Tommy. It just really wasn't giving Tommy at all. And I was disappointed, I'm not gonna lie, because he was one of my favorites, because Tommy did not play those games. Like, Tommy didn't play with anybody. And then for him to be on that show and it's like they made him into a joke, I feel like a lot of people lost interest because it wasn't giving the same energy. And I don't know if they canceled it or what, because I don't think the ratings, like after we really started watching the show, I don't think the ratings were that good for the show anymore. I think like they really kind of went down and it wasn't all that. Now, I will say, I wish they wouldn't have killed Ghost off. Like, I wish that whatever creative differences they had with each other could have been resolved. Even though towards the end, I started hating his guts too, because he just started getting like too full of himself. But I wish that they could have figured it out. And I'm sorry if you've never watched Power and I just spoiled it for you. I try not to spoil shows, but it's like at this point, Power has been that Power has been on since like 2014, and if you haven't watched it by now or seen any spoilers, I don't know what to tell you, so I apologize. But yeah, like I just really wish they would have kept that Power going. Like, I know it's selfish because, you know, actors and actresses have to move on and they gotta do what they think is best for themselves, but like I just wanted to keep going and going. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer and my contour. So I'm just using my Revolution Banana Deep Powder like I always use, but it's just in a different container because I put it in this top because the Revolution top is not big enough for me to do that. So I'm just gonna take my little powder puff, which I forgot to clean when I cleaned my brushes because I knew I wanted to do a makeup video. And I did not clean my powder puff or my beauty blender. Like, go figure. So I'm just kind of patting this in. Like, my makeup routine rarely differs. Like, sometimes I feel like I have like a disappointing makeup collection because I'll see people on here that do makeup and they have just like so much stuff, they just have like such a wide variety of products. And I've been trying to get more products because I want to do makeup content again, because I kind of started out like this was one of the first things I wanted to do. I think I've talked about this before, but I'm a person that I repeat myself a lot. You guys are gonna have to forgive me. I'm just that type of person. But this was like one thing that I wanted to start my channel off with, because I would see all those like brand trips, and I would see tripping with Tarte. Like tripping with Tarte was like the huge trigger, like one of the huge triggers to me want to start this channel, because it just made me feel like anything was possible. I loved the girls that they would take on the trips and stuff, and I know there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, but I just feel like that stuff wouldn't affect me. Like, I don't know if that's arrogant to say, and I'm not trying to be that way at all, but I just feel like the little drama that they had and stuff, or it would do, just wouldn't affect me because I don't engage in it. So it's like you can't really sway me into getting into that crap, because I don't really give a crap. Like I don't care what you're talking about. You're not gonna like persuade me into getting into your drama. I just want to go enjoy the experience and go, and I don't care what anybody thinks about it, like, you know. So I don't know, I think people just give too much energy to other people and negativity for no reason. But anywho, I just realized that I didn't even mix my Physicians Formula shade corrector because I was running my mouth. So there's that. But to set my contour today, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me setting powder, because this one is too dark to set my whole face with. So I'm just gonna try it. I haven't actually tried doing this before, but this is the color, and it always makes my makeup too dark if I use this as a setting powder. So I'm gonna use this for setting my contour, and I'm gonna see how this actually works. It's still pretty deep, but I'm gonna fix that. So I'm just gonna buff it in. I have to be careful because this is loose powder and I don't want it to trickle down my face. I'm gonna get a little skinny makeup eyeshadow brush and just hopefully I can blend this out good once I put on my compact. I just thought that this would be a good idea because I just have this powder sitting around and I want to put it to use and I don't want to waste it. I'm gonna go in with my black opal powder as always and put this all over my face. So since I was experimenting with doing this setting powder as my contour, I would say it works okay for the rest of my face, but as far as my nose goes, like, no, it's definitely not it for my nose. Like, I don't know how much like you guys can tell on camera, but like for my nose, it's like very harsh and muddy. And and I don't like that. I'm just gonna try to fix it a little bit, even though I did already put powder on. I'm just gonna go in with some concealer and try to fix it. But yeah, I like this for the rest of my face, but not my nose. Like, for some reason on my nose, it like stuck. That's much better. We're just not gonna have a contoured nose today, but yeah, I don't know. I just did not like that. But now I'm gonna go in again with my regular setting powder and my little puff, and I'm going to put it on my jawline as always. So I am actually going to let that sit a little bit like I always do, because this part I want to be a little bit more carved. So I'm gonna let that chill for a little bit. So now I'm going to do my highlight, and the highlight that I'm gonna use today is the Too Faced Diamond, girl, I don't forgot, but it's called Fancy Pink Diamond. I forgot what these are actually called, but it's a highlighter. So yeah, since I'm going for a pink look, I'm going in with this. This is a pretty old highlighter. They do still sell it. I just have not gotten a new one because I don't know. But I'm gonna put my highlight in all the places I put highlight. Like I always say, I still love a good highlight. So I'm still like, you can see the difference, even though this is not like completely matte, but you can see the difference. Like, but what I love about this highlighter is that it's subtle, but it still shows up very nicely. It's such a nice, pretty pink highlight, and it's not too much. Like, I often wear this on days that I don't wear blush because it's just like such a nice, pretty hue of pink. So it just gives you like that iridescence, and it really reflects nicely in the sun. So I really like that. So I'm also gonna put some in my inner corner, which I have not done in a while, but I used to be the inner corner highlight queen. But I don't know. I think I just have gotten lazy, to be honest. But so pretty. I love this highlight. And it really just adds something. You know, I just really love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and buff this away now. Like I always say, if something ever looks like too harsh, once you spray your setting spray, it should even everything out, like, because that actually helps to sink everything in. So I'm ready for blush, and the blush I'm going to be using today is none other than the Juvia's Place Blush Rouge Volume 4. So I picked this up a couple of weeks ago from Ulta, and I'm going to be using this little one right here, and I'm actually going to be using both shades. Like, I don't know what it is about this little like pale Barbie pink that I have been just enjoying so much, but girl, like, you really got to get into it. So I'm going to be using a smaller brush today so that I can control the blush, because I have tried to use this with like my normal blush brush that I like to use, because I like to use a big brush. Honestly, this was my blush brush, but I just washed it yesterday, so I just kind of switched it out for my powder brush. But I'm gonna just be using this one, and this is like my little Barbie collection brush. Like, I found a little nice collection of brushes from TJ Maxx, and this is just like the little Barbie collection. It's called Call My Buff. The brand is called Skinny Dip. So I'm gonna go in first with the darker pink, and kind of smile. I mean, you can already see it coming up, and I've only dipped the brush once. I mean, the blush is giving. The blush is giving. I really like that. And since I've been watching like more makeup videos lately, I've noticed a lot of women have been using smaller brushes for their blush, and it makes so much sense because you can really have more control over where you put it. And I like that this blush is just like so, like, it's so buildable. Like, you can just dip it one time and you can just like really like spread it. You don't need a whole lot. Like, this blush would last me for a lifetime. It's so good. Like, I'm already blushed out. So I'm going to actually go in with the lighter shade and go on top, because I don't know why I've been loving that little like Barbie looking blush. Like, I've been loving that pale, literally, you see, and it flushed it out some, so it's not just like so in your face, but you still get that nice blush. I have really been enjoying topping these two with each other. It's just so good. Oh my goodness. And I usually wasn't one that would like layer blushes, but I just really been enjoying it. I don't know what it is. I have talked to so many of you guys, and you guys have been saying that you are on a blush kick as well. Like, blush has just been giving so much lately. So of course I'm gonna go in for my lips with my NYX Line Loud liner in the shade Rebel Kind, because this has been the only lip liner I've been using. Like, I literally don't use any other one. So was gonna order some the other day when NYX had their 40% off their lip product sale at Ulta, but I don't know. Like, I wanted to see if I can get like some darker pink ones or something, because I had seen Shaughnessy talking about her lip liner in the different shades that she had, but I just don't know if like the pink liners and stuff look good on me. Plus, I just like the contrast of the brown. Like, it just goes. Like, I guess if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I did pick up some other lip products from NYX. The first product that I picked up, this is the NYX Fat Lip Drip Oil, well, however you say it, girl. But this is in the shade Super Chic, I believe. And I picked this up because Miss Joanna, she was watching my video and she had actually sent me a picture of the ones that she had, and this was the one of the ones that she had. And oh, this is called That's Chic. I think it's called That Chic. But this was one of the ones that she had, and it just looked so pretty, so I went ahead and picked this one up too. So yeah, this is definitely a pretty color, and dare I say, I like those better than the Dior. For some reason the Dior kind of like wipes off, and I think I just like the Dior just because it is Dior, and I feel like, you know, I'm being fancy and luxurious. But the NYX is kind of like, they're doing their thing when it comes to the lip products. But I also picked up finally the Shine Loud, it's like lipstick, it's like a lip duo. So this is called Fierce Flirt, I believe. So this is like a dusty pink. So I picked this up. So it has like the liquid lipstick on one side and then the lip gloss on the other side to top it. And then I picked up another one. This is in a brown shade. This one is Total Baller. So I got this as well. I remember when these came out, everybody was going crazy. Like, all the makeup girls were going nuts. But it just took me a very long time to even get them. But I picked them up the other day, and I actually tried this on last night. I don't really like the consistency because it feels so like, It's very like slick. I like a little more resistance when I'm doing lipstick, because when it's so like loosey-goosey like this, it kind of gets everywhere. But I do like the color. The applicator feels really nice also. Because if you're not careful, when you have a loose lipstick like this, it can get on your teeth. Lipstick can get on your teeth, period, but this, you know, it might get on your teeth much easier. So I was afraid to actually mix this, but since it came with it as a duo, since it's on the other side, I won't worry about getting the clear mixed in with the pink. This is gonna be my longest makeup video in life. So if you're still here, I appreciate you, because I don't know how to make makeup videos fast. But like I said, we're just chilling and talking, honey. So I actually really like how this looks. I could most certainly clean it up, but yeah. The lip gloss on this actually helps to make the lipstick not feel so freaking dry, because this is definitely like, even after it's like all slippy, it feels dry after you put it on your lips, and I don't like that feeling. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. This is the One Side On Till Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray. So yeah, this was also one of the new purchases I picked up from the Sephora sale. So I used this in my last little makeup video I made last week, planning new makeup. So in this setting spray, like, it instantly dries. I don't even have to use like my little fan to make it dry. So I zoomed you guys in as always, because this is the final look. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. I just wanted something a little deeper today, but I also wanted pink at the same time. So that's why I wanted to do that contrast of having the darkness and then having the shimmer. So yeah, here's what it looks like up close. But like I said, it always like doesn't really look like much until everything just like comes together. So I'm really happy with how everything turned out. And I know this video was like stupid dumb long. Like, I don't even know how long this video is going to be once I'm done editing it. So I have to figure out what to keep in there and what not. But you know, you guys were chilling with me. We were doing our makeup, chit-chatting, talking, running our mouths or whatever, because this, once again, wouldn't have never taken me this long if I wasn't talking. But it's fun to do these types of videos, so I'm gonna try to do them more often regardless of who watches them, because I just personally enjoy doing these videos, and I know those of you that like these videos like them as well. So it is what it is, but I'm definitely gonna go ahead and film some more videos. Doing these chit chat get ready with me videos motivates me to do my other content as well, because then my face is done and I don't want to waste my makeup. So I have to do my empties, and I also have another video coming up as well that has been kind of requested. So make sure you guys subscribe, stay tuned for that. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.